Hey everyone, I'm here today with Gelatinous Cube Dice, a mid-tin game. I'm going to show you how to play. Thanks for watching. Here we have our deck of cards where we take 4 A cards and then a B, and we go through that way until we have the entire deck built, except last time we have 4 A cards and then a C. So we put our 4 A cards like that, and then we put a B on top usually, but the very last one we put a C, and then we flip the entire thing over. That's our deck. Our victory points are determined by how many of these cards that we get through. So if I am able to defeat 17 of these, I get 17 points. If I get through the entire deck, then I'm an ultimate winner and I have defeated the entire game. A cards are going to give you 9 action points. There's a tracker for that. B cards are going to give you 12. And then finally, C card at the very end will give you 22 action points to spend to try to get through that hard dungeon. This just shows you what each level of the dungeon is like. So we're in the first level, because we haven't done anything yet. So we have 5 health, that's shown here. We have 2 resistance, 1 resistance, that's shown here. And then we're gonna get to take 2 of these ability cards off the top here. So we take 2 of those, take a look at those, and we're gonna put them to the side. And you can make the game a little bit more difficult, that's shown here, that maybe we only start with 1 ability. And in the very hardest way, you only start with 1 ability, and instead of these going back into the deck, you trash them. They're out of the game completely. You don't get to see them again. But here we have 1 resistance and 5 health. We're ready to start. And so what we'll do is at the very beginning, we're going to roll for 2 hit dangers. We're going to roll 3 dice, and you can get additional dice. The game's only going to come with 1, but I have more here just to make this easier. But what we're going to do is we're going to roll 3 of those because we're at the very beginning. So we're going to roll 3 and then a sign. So we have a 2, a 4, and a 1. And if you rolled something that maybe you rolled like 1, 2, and 2 again, you would just go 1, 2, 3. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to go 1, 2, and 4. And so that blocks us from getting to this glyph here. Our whole goal is to get to this glyph here with a 6 facing up, because we have been turned into a gelatinous cube. So we roll this to start, and there's our 3. So you can choose which way you want to turn this. Now, if you know about dice, you know that the opposite side of this is going to be a 4, because it always adds up to 7 when you have a d6. So 3 and 4. But it also matters because you're going to be turning this at a 90 degree each time to try to get over here. So that's 1, 2. I've spent 2 action points, 1, 2 to get over there. And I could, this card also just allows me to always choose to choose my die face at the beginning instead of rolling, which is nice. That makes it easier. And this one is slide in a single direction up 2 spaces and keep the die facing. That costs an action point to use that ability though. So I'm right here. I'm gonna have to go into this. So maybe I'm gonna go here. That'll cost me 2 health, but first I take it off my resistance, and there we go. So I have that, and then I need to get over here, but I needed to get to this side that has my gelatinous cube facing up. So I wasn't able to do that yet. So I might go back and just like keep experimenting with that until I do it, so that I hopefully can do this, you know, reset it. It's like resetting the dungeon. If you can figure out a way to do that with this without losing anything, then you get through. So maybe let's see here. Maybe I'm able to start with my 6 down and my 1 up. So I go 1, 2, we did our 2 there. I'm still going to lose a health because there's nothing that's going to prevent that. Go. So really, what I need to let's work this backwards. So we're going to go like this: 4, 3, 2, 3, and then 5. So I'm going to use my passive ability. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to think about this backwards. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And there's my 1, 2, and then I'm going to use my 3rd one. I lost my health and my resistance already. That's my another action point spent. Now I'm there. Action point spent. I was able to do that. Now I can leave the dungeon in 1, 2, 3, 4 more moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it took everything I had, and I lost resistance and some health just to get out of the dungeon. But now I can escape because I'm on the 6. And I don't have to have the gelatinous cube facing there, but that was just a neat way to do it. And then what I would do for the next card, I would take the next card. I got 1 victory point. I would roll my 3 dice again. 2, 3, 4, and I set up my dangers again. 2, 3, and 4. Roll for my facing, except I can choose to change it if I want to because of this passive ability, which makes things nicer. And then again, I have to just get back to the glyph and get out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you can see, that's going to take 10 action points, and that just means for sure I'm going to lose a health because I do get to reset 1 resistance at the beginning of each dungeon level. Sorry, at the beginning of each dungeon room. But as I do that, even though I will be taking off 1 health because that just comes out because I ran out of action points. So this one, no matter what I do, well, I guess maybe there's a way. Maybe I could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I had a different ability here that let me go out here, I guess I could choose to do that. Either way, I'm going to lose 1 health. So I'm going to lose 1 health to get out of this one, but I've gotten 2 victory points. And then we continue on to the 3rd room. Same thing, roll 3, 2, 2, 4. So we go 2, 3, 4. Just round that next one up, and then we roll our 4. So we gotta get over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can do that pretty easily. We just have to figure out the puzzle, and this is where I would just choose, rather than using my passive ability, I would just choose to try to figure out the puzzle of which way do I need this 4 to be in order to get the 6 over there. So let's see here. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1. I can't do it like that, so I got to figure out how could I do this. And the challenge and the fun of it is to get this here without always just working the puzzle backwards. But if you need to do that, because these are going to get harder, and let's go ahead and take a look at our first. Let's assume we finished the A's without any problem. And this is a prototype, so we are going to make this B a little bit darker. That's what that note means here, but B darker. We still roll the same amount of dangers, so we'll roll for the dangers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we roll for our starting position. And now we get 12 chances, but now we have to get to this glyph and this glyph. Those are a little bit smaller, different glyphs. They look like 2 candles. So I would have to get over here and 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not on the right side, so I'd want to work on that. Figuring out how to get to here. And then once I get there, let's say I'm able to get there, maybe it takes me 5 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe it takes me 6 actions because I have to move back and forth a little bit here to get what I want. I don't know. And then I could use my slide. So I just exhaust that because it takes an action. And then I'm going to slide through here. I'm going to lose 2 health. Well, I would have had a resistance. So I lose another health. Slide or there, move the danger. I get my last one, and then I'm able to get out of this dungeon. And that's how the game goes. There are a bunch of different ways that this can go, and it's going to be different each time because you're going to set up that dungeon without like looking at the order of them, and you're going to get different ability cards. And as you can see, there's a bunch of abilities that you'll get throughout the game, but you can use 1 ability per dungeon. So if I use this one, I can't use this one, and so forth. That's how the game's going to go. A little bit larger tin size so that we can get everything in there, including if you choose to get additional dice. You can put your additional dice in there. These are going to be wooden components here, and they will all fit in there at the end of the game. You can see that. That's how Gelatinous Cube Dice by Mike Heiman goes. I hope that gives you a quick understanding of how the game works and that you're looking forward to playing the game and checking the game out. It's a game that you can take anywhere with you in that tin, and these final tins will have printed right on there our cute little gelatinous cube. Thanks for watching. Happy gaming. I'll catch you later.